Fires can cause damage to properties and loss of lives anywhere at any time. And schools are no exception. But most fires can be avoided if proper fire safety practices are observed. The best way to prevent this is to eliminate fire hazards. So whether you're a student, a teacher, or a staff of the school, you need to know what fire hazards are and what you should do to remove them. So are you able to identify fire hazards in your school? Our lesson has just started. So class, pay attention. This is what most classrooms look like. You see it every day. It looks very safe. But is it?
Can you spot any possible causes of fire?
So were you able to spot any?
If you see frayed wires or loose wire connections, notify your teachers or officers responsible immediately.
Do not attempt to touch them or make any repairs. And if you need to use more than one electrical appliance, use a good extension socket with multiple outlets. Computers which are left running through the night not only consume energy but might overheat. So shut down and switch off all electronic equipment when you leave the classroom. This is not good. Always remove anything that causes obstruction to passageways and exit routes, or block firefighting equipment or alarms. School management should ensure that firefighting equipment is checked regularly. Fire extinguishers should be full and serviced annually. Fire extinguishers should be made available in the science laboratory, canteen, workshop, stores, as well as the common corridors. Instructions to use the fire extinguisher must be clearly shown. Hose reels should be checked for leaks or other defects. Avoid removing firefighting equipment from its installed position. This fire extinguisher should be rightfully hung here so that it can be found early during a fire. Let us now take a look at the science laboratory. The science laboratory is a place that you must be extra careful and follow all proper procedures. That is because flammable chemicals, combustible materials and burners are kept and used here. Well, let's see whether this laboratory has everything in order. Never leave chemicals or combustible materials lying around after use. Always make it a habit to return them to the designated storage location.
Can't handle it!
This is extremely dangerous. Do not leave combustible materials like paper and chemicals near an open flame. A gentle gush of air may just blow a piece of paper into the flame and start a fire.
Alright class, today we're going to fry some chicken wings.
I smell something. Smells like barbecue chicken. I think it must be coming from your home economics class. Come. It is a big mistake to leave cooking unattended. So can you spot any other fire hazards here?
Auntie, 一碗要辣椒，另一碗不要辣椒。要不要锅边哦？要不要锅边要加奶加糖？然后我想一下啊，那个面哦不要加葱，我不喜欢吃葱。然后鸡哦放的多一点，谢谢啊。然后。
Ensure gas supply is completely turned off after use. Check that the pipes and joints are well screwed and clamped. Ensure that they are regularly maintained to guard against gas leakages. Workshops can be a very dangerous place to work in if proper procedures are not followed. So let's see if this workshop has all the necessary precautions in place. Do not leave any tools unattended. Do not just switch off the appliance. Make sure that the main power is switched off as well. Unattended power tools may lead to accidents or fires.
Combustible materials left indiscriminately is a possible cause of fire.
Always clean up the area after use.
A member of staff should be appointed at the end of each day to check the school for possible causes of fire and unsafe practices.
But remember, fire safety, it's everyone's responsibility. So you all play a part in keeping the school fire safe.
Fire! Fire!
Are you familiar with your school's fire evacuation plan? Every school must have a fire evacuation plan which outlines the procedures to be followed in the event of a fire emergency. The fire evacuation plan covers the evacuation routes, the location of the assembly area, and other important details. This is to prevent panic and to ensure a safe and orderly evacuation of everyone in the school compound. Here's what you should do when you hear a fire alarm.
Come on, let's go! Quick!
Evacuate the premises in a very calm and orderly manner. Move quickly to the predetermined assembly area. At the assembly area, a complete roll call for both students and staff members must be carried out. Any student not accounted for must be reported to the principal immediately, together with his last known whereabouts. Staff members trained to fight fire can be mobilized to fight fire from a safe distance before the arrival of the SCDF firefighters. Fire drills are to be conducted at least twice a year. Take your fire drills very seriously, because knowing what to do in a fire can make all the difference. The Singapore Civil Defence Force conducts emergency preparedness training for members of the public at no cost. Called the Community Emergency Preparedness Programme, or CEPP for short. It is a modular-based program with theoretical and practical training. The topics covered are first aid, cardiopulmonary resuscitation, CPR for short, fire safety and casualty evacuation, emergency procedures, and unconventional threats. Please visit the SCDF website for more details. Well, looks like our class is over. Remember, keep a lookout for fire hazards, follow the fire safety procedures, and also know your school fire evacuation plan. It will take a concerted effort by all to ensure that our schools are saved from any threats of fire.